Going live on YouTube. Live on
We're
YouTube.
live.
Wow.
I'm in your house.
Or on your screen. That's
Yep.
in your house. WWF in your house. Get ready.
Hey, Fryman, you're on the TV 666. That's weird.
You'll stay far away from me. Do you hear me? Yeah.
He's like, is this wireless?
Hey, what's this
Oh,
mean?
freaking sweet.
Oh, sweet, sweet nectar. You know you are sizzling hot like fajita meat. Yeah. All right, you ready to do this?
Yes.
All right. Once it starts.
Yeah,
If it starts. There we go. That's right. What's up, everyone?
I'm Tyler Aber.
And we welcome you to episode 376 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
On Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Player.fm, and Satchel. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
You can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler at Tyler_Abear. And as always, we are doing the show now on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. So if you happen hello, like Jay Anthony Wright and Raul, what's up, guys? And we'll also try to address your comments and questions throughout the show. So feel to chime in as we're talking. What's up, Jason and James? Welcome. So so we'll be discussing Extreme Rules. We'll be talking about Raw, SmackDown. We've got plenty of hot topics to cover as well. So once again, welcome everybody. And Tyler, how you doing?
I am all right.
Yeah?
A little sleepy.
A little sleepy.
Yeah.
You're getting close to being a lot sleepy.
Yeah.
As we get ever closer to baby Abear.
So my daughter's due date is technically August 12th, but I think after this week the baby can come anytime.
All right.
Really?
So I guess we could go ahead and address what's going to happen there. So naturally, you will be to probably take some time off to tend to your lovely daughter and your amazing wife as she's going to be recovering from childbirth. So you probably won't have time to watch. Tyler will take a few weeks away to help welcome his baby into the world and build up that new routine. But once he feels like he's in a place that he's good to go, then he'll hop right back. So we might have a guest host or two in the weeks during that time, or maybe it'll just be a solo show. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be talking to all of you guys. So we'll see what happens in the near future. And welcome everyone who's watching us on Facebook. It's really cool to see you guys checking in, Albany and
cool.
the Philippines as well. So that's really cool. Man. Yeah, welcome. So we had Extreme Rules this past weekend. We got together and watched it. Hope you all did as well, as we're going to be discussing it. And then we'll get into Raw and SmackDown and all the other stuff a little bit later on. But before we go match by match, overall, what did you think of the pay-per-view?
I thought it was okay. It had some good moments and some meh moments, but it was a B, in my opinion.
Yeah, a B show. Would you give it a B plus in that Daniel Bryan range, or is it a little less than that?
B,
solid B. All right. So I'm about the same. Some of the matches were pretty good, and some of them not so much. So but let's go ahead and talk about those. We had two kickoff matches. The first being Andrade Cien Almas going up against Sin Cara. Sort of a replay of what happened on SmackDown earlier.
Man, they like to do certain moves that were like, what was it? Hurricanrana off the top, and he hit the part of the mat that's outside the ring.
Oh yeah,
he did that, and then they did, or was that the Hurricanrana to the floor? I don't know, but there were certain moves where I was like, ooh, they were doing stuff like this in their SmackDown match. Don't get me wrong, I like it.
Yeah,
but
don't do it too much, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, Andrade ends up getting the victory. So
it entertained me. So,
yeah, I mean, these guys, went out and put on a fine showing, especially for a kickoff match. Got the crowd into it. So, and we'll talk about Andrade going up against AJ Styles in a little bit because I really want to talk about that. But Andrade gets the win, and that takes us into the second kickoff matchup, which was Sanity going up against New Day in a tables match. And I was really kind of surprised that they didn't change the stipulation, because the stipulation was all you had to do is put one of your opponents through the table. I figured it would have been like elimination style or something where you have to put all 3 members of the team through a table. But I guess, that would have saved a lot of hassle. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was a timing thing.
You thought they were going to do 3 members?
Yeah, I figured they would have done, it's
kind of like elimination.
And, yeah, then it's a 3-on-2, and then it's a 2-on-2, and then it's a 1-on-1. Or
how they did it is what I thought would happen.
Yeah, I just figured they might have done it, but I guess for time constraints or whatever they wanted, however they want to word it. But Sanity ends up getting the victory from there, and it was a fine match. I'm glad that Sanity got the win. Says they needed to get that win back after they lost. I think it was last week on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So good to see them get that win back. So we start the show off: B Team versus the Leaders of Worlds for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Man, the B Team is over
a little bit, yeah, and they're still undefeated, sir, because they are the new Raw Tag Team Champions.
What do you think of their theme?
It's fine. I'm
not like super into it, but I will sing a little bit of it.
When I hear it, I always think that it's a different song, but I can't remember which one it is at the moment. But I don't have any like terrible issues with it. I don't have the issues that I had like when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins originally got their first theme songs, because I hated those. I was like, oh, here's generic rock music 43, and here's generic rock music 28. Whatever number you want to go on.
30.
Yeah, we can go 30. That's cool. But the B Team ends up getting the victory over the Leaders of Worlds, becoming the new Raw Tag Team Champions.
The B Team won the titles and brought back to the B Show.
That's right. So, I mean, hey, congratulations to them. I'm kind of glad that, the WWE at least put the titles on someone new. It's kind of fresh. They've had momentum going, and things worked out in their favor. And how long they're going to hold the championships, that's I can't see them holding it too long. I won't be surprised if they end up dropping it to the Authors of Pain.
I was about to say that.
I feel like they're more like a transitional champions. But it's sort of the feel good story of Raw, similar to how it was with Heath Slater and Rhino whenever they won the SmackDown tag team titles.
But I was more invested with Heath and Rhino.
Well, it's because they had the kids, and you're worried about the children. Being a soon-to-be father, you got to worry about the kids.
No factor in it.
It was about the pool, wasn't it? They wanted that above-ground pool.
Yes, that was totally it. But no, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. So B Team new tag champs, and congrats to them. That's big. That's a big win for them. So obviously we're going to see the Leaders of World get a rematch soon, but where do we go from there with Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt?
I don't know, because I don't know if he's injured or not, because he limps when he goes down to the ring. Matt Hardy.
I don't know. I think he's probably okay for the most part. I'm more worried about Jeff, but I'm really kind of disappointed with how they've treated this whole Matt Hardy Woken gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it for a number of weeks. It
kind of makes me feel like, yes, he brought the character over, but maybe he does not have like what he wants to do.
No, yeah, he doesn't have the reach that he once did.
Yeah,
because obviously with Impact they allowed him to have
or most of the control.
Yeah, he pretty much had creative control, but they allowed him to incorporate Senior Benjamin, a
little bit
Rebby, and
they did
King Maxwell, and
they did the whole hey, we'll fight at your place one time.
Yeah, so we've had it once, and we haven't really had anything since then. Since the total deletion or whatever, ultimate deletion, whatever they called it. I forget.
Yeah.
So
and in my opinion, it wasn't as great as the ones they did in TNA.
Yeah. And, it's just like the video packages, the stuff that they've done as compared to Impact. Impact did a better job with it. It could go back to creative control. That could be the thing. But, we'll see what happens. Remind you of anything?
Am I blanking right now?
And someone being about 7 feet tall and not being able to be taught things. And but he was taught how to leave the business, I guess. I don't know. So Finn Balor ends up getting the victory. Any thoughts on the matchup? Not this time around. But Finn does end up getting the victory.
Is there any information on Cass right now, or he's kind of in a quiet stage?
I'm curious as to if he's in that 90-day no compete clause, or if they kind of just said just go, just get out.
That Impact is ready to something. Okay, we don't know for sure.
I don't know about
but
that.
I wouldn't be surprised if
I don't
Impact
know about that. I won't be surprised.
I know they have their own stars now, but I still feel like they would offer him something.
Yeah. That's a good question for our listeners this week. Would you even want to see Big Cass show up in Impact? Is that someone that you feel could, I don't know, improve
Would
the
you
company,
rather see
improve
him
himself
in Impact or ROH?
Impact. Because I'm thinking about
Impact's doing good stuff right now.
Are they?
Yeah, from what I see on YouTube.
I'll be honest. I haven't.
Like I
watched
said
Impact
last week,
in
I'm
months.
behind on stuff, and I'm watching certain things on YouTube. But
I haven't watched Impact in a month.
In a what?
In probably months.
I thought I said in a month.
Yeah, stuttered in at least a month. Let's see. So Finn Balor got the win. Next up, we got to see Carmella going up against Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I walked out, or something happened where I didn't get to see most of this match.
There wasn't really much to be seen, and much like I speculated,
because
James Ellsworth,
he was wearing weird stuff or like very super baggy.
Things didn't go well for him. I did find it funny that gravity is the one enemy that no one can defeat. Except maybe Neville. The fact that his shirt kind of fell down a little bit and it exposed the kick pad on his back so that Asuka could lay into him. I'm kind of curious on how the officials felt backstage watching that. I go, damn it, they weren't supposed to see that. But I did find it kind of humorous. But anyways, Carmella ends up getting the victory to defeat Asuka. There wasn't much to the matchup, nothing really to take away. Bad person cheats to win, and good person gets screwed over. So whatever. So Carmella is still your SmackDown Women's Champion, but we'll talk about that in a little bit as we talk about SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's right. What can you say about a match that lasts 6 seconds long? Low blow.
I think it worked out.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fine way to, it was an easy way to get the belt off of Jeff so he doesn't have to work. Because let's face it, the dude's injured. I don't know the specifics of all of the stuff that he's hurting from right now, but he's hurting.
That sucked. He got injured and he came back, got injured again. And
yep. That's just that tough road schedule, man. As you're getting older, the body starts breaking down a little bit and he's hurting. So Shinsuke delivers the low blow. The ref is like, hey, are you still okay to compete? Jeff Hardy says yes. Ring the bell, Kinshasa, however you say it.
Shasha.
Yeah, Shasha Fresh. And then 1, 2, 3. And the 6-second match. So Shinsuke Nakamura is your new United States champion. But after that, we got to see the return of Randy Orton, who's been gone for, I think, 2 months, they said. And they were flipping out over that.
Oh, my gosh. I wasn't flipping out about it. But
so Orton returned and ended up attacking Jeff Hardy by giving him a low blow.
I thought he was going to RKO him. He
kicked to the crotch.
Yeah, he stomped on his nuts.
Yeah. Nutcracker.
I hope you're wearing a cup.
I hope so too. He took 2 of those blows, so he better have worn a cup. So Randy Orton has returned and he is now heel. What are your thoughts on that?
I just liked Shinsuke's face the whole time. He was like staring at him.
He was even going like, "What the hell's going on? What is this?"
Like I was confused with Shinsuke's face because it's like, you're a heel, man. Why are you caring about that?
About the attack?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because it's Jeff Hardy, and you don't want to see the guy get hurt, do you?
He's low blow Jeff Hardy before.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The point is that someone else came in and attacked Jeff Hardy, and that's just unwarranted.
Oh, okay.
You just don't do that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of heel that he is, where he's like, look, it doesn't matter what I do. What happens to other people.
When you attack my opponent, I'll get pissed.
So after that, we got to see Kevin Owens going up against Braun Strowman. Kevin Owens. In a steel cage match. And this one went about as well as
what was it in the match? He goes, "You're a wuss." I always say,
"Fight Owens, fight me,
fight me."
Yeah. But we kind of called this one on how Kevin would get a win. Mm-hmm. Although I said that he would be picked up and thrown, but close.
I think they did the safest way possible.
Yeah. I did notice that at the top of the cage, they had put a steel platform, and you can go back and watch it. On the corners, there's a steel platform so that they could stand up there. And in the middle, it's the open, beam or whatever it is. Now there is video footage of this. When Kevin gets thrown off of the cage and lands on the table, you can see that there is an airbag. Do you have an issue with this?
No.
I
did not see it. I wasn't looking for it, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it still helps out those guys. You don't want them hurt.
Yeah, you're thinking longevity here. You want these guys to be able to take bumps but still be safe.
Yeah.
You don't want an issue where they're going to need surgery or stuff like that. You can complain that they're going soft or whatever it is. That softer is safer.
How you spell soft?
SAWT. Yeah. Swat. Salt. Lost my train of thought.
Yep.
The point is that they're trying to protect him. I don't have an issue with them using an airbag. It's smoke and mirror. If you have
the smoke and mirrors.
Wow! You're all the smoke and mirrors. Wow! You're all the smoke and mirrors today. Now our listeners are gonna.
I wonder what he looks like under that mask.
Never sing again.
Yeah.
I still think that was one of the coolest entrances where they have the mirror up on the jumbo on the side screen and watching. Yeah, he's doing the grooming tips. I'm like, oh yeah, look at I am a sexy beast. But that got way off topic. But if you have an issue with them using an airbag, then I guess you don't like to watch action movies or TV or.
I want the guy to be really hurt.
Yeah, because they use airbags and they use safety. It's theater. Come on, folks. Let's call it what it is. Sports entertainment plus theater.
A Jace.
Thank you. So yeah. Just want to thank everyone right now at the moment who is tuning in on Facebook Live. We are seeing the comments. Thank you. I'm hoping saying it right. Ramon. Saying this is my first time hearing you guys and I love it. So yeah,
thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Corey saying that Randy works way better as a heel. Long time coming. His anti-hero character grew stale a long time ago, and I do agree on that one. He does do a better job as a heel. Like whenever he comes out as a face, it's kind of just like, like he is. To me, if I were to compare him to someone, it'd be Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Like he's never going to be like a good guy.
Yeah,
like he'll be anti-hero or he'll be villain. There's no good guy in him. And then you could say John Cena's Goku. He's always going to be good. Whether you love him or hate him.
Save me the speech, Kakarot. I was assessing the threat and I eliminated it.
Wait a minute, Gohan. What's that thing you did with Kiss? Yeah, what is that? Goku or Kakarot, you have 2 children. Yeah? You're telling me you've never done that? You've never kissed your wife before? What?
What?
That was such a weird moment in Dragon Ball Super, if any of you are watching that. Anyways, okay. Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. Earlier in the night, Team Hell No were attacked backstage by the Bludgeon Brothers. And Kane supposedly injured his ankle. But this is actually a legitimate injury. So the boot was not a work. It's real deal. So
still went out there and did that.
Yeah, still went out there and tried to perform the best that he could, and sold the hell out of it because it's the truth. So hopefully he can, recover from that.
He needs to walk around and
just walk it off. You'll be fine.
No. Like he has to go back to Knox County and walk around and promote,
knock on a few doors, kiss a few babies, shake a few hands,
choke slam some babies. What?
I don't feel that would do well in the polls.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's like, who are you going to vote for? This person or the guy who choke slammed a baby? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah.
Sorry.
So the Bludgeon Brothers end up getting the victory. Daniel Bryan put up a good fight, but, it was not to be this time. That takes us into the next match, Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns.
The people suck.
Well, this was the match for them to suck about.
I didn't think it was as bad as these people thought it was.
Yeah. The matchup itself was fine. I understand if the crowd wasn't into it.
I wasn't really bash on Roman, but guess what? We are not invested in Bobby. So when he does certain things, we're not going to cheer, but we're going to boo Roman.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. And this is going to be a mini rant that's also going to pertain to the main event.
Here we go.
And well, I want to get your opinion on it as well. So it's not going to be necessarily a full-on rant. I want you to contribute to it as well.
Half rant.
Yeah, sure. Mini rant, mini half rant, quarter rant. So the crowd obviously not into Roman Reigns. Some crowds are more favorable than others. The crowd not that into Bobby Lashley. I'd say in the past week or so, they've started to come around on Bobby Lashley. But leading up to this match, I don't think too many people had very much interest in this match. So the fact that, one, it was not the main event, that should have made the crowd happy. Correct?
Yeah.
The fact that Roman Reigns lost this match should have made the crowd happy, right?
Yes.
So why... And just, we watched it, and this pertains to the main event match, which 30-minute Iron Man match. So what would cause the crowd to want to turn on the WWE after this? You get to see Roman Reigns lose, and he's not the main event.
I think it's multiple things. People don't care. They lose interest in things quickly. If it's not their guy or someone remotely close, to just tune out. Mm-hmm. Hey, this guy over here is chanting something funny. Guess what? I'm going to do the same thing with you. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's sad at certain points and stuff, because even though if you may not like this dude, they are out there busting their butts. But I don't know.
And I will say this: when they first started doing the chants in the main event,
we thought it was funny.
We thought it was funny.
Yes,
I will admit it. I thought that was cute. I thought it was humorous. But once they took the clock away and the crowd
was pissed.
Once they revolted, I lost interest in it.
It's like, hey, guess what? We are now going to do the countdown every few seconds.
Yeah.
Now,
so rather than paying attention to what's happening in the match. I get that you're doing it at the end of every minute. I'm glad that they didn't just do it every 10 seconds, because that would have been annoying as hell. I was okay in the beginning with them doing it at every minute, just because it's like, okay, it's something to help. And, whenever because these matches always start slow, end hot, so I figured, okay, by the time we get midway through, the crowd's going to be done with it. The action will pick up, and they'll be all completely interested in this matchup. No. Once they took the clock away, they lost all interest in this match.
I do not know if, because we played out a scenario, like, oh, Vince is pissed, he's gonna do that. But I think with like multiple matches that they have like a timer, I think they take it away anyway. Is the thing they always do.
But I think for Iron Man matches, it's okay for them to leave the clock on.
Yeah, so I don't know, because we would have things like Vince is pissed, so you take the clock away.
And there's actually a clip out there, and if you can find it, make sure to watch it. There's a clip where, Rollins and Ziggler are in a headlock, and they're talking to each other, and they're saying, God, it's even worse now that they took away the clock. So the fact that they took it away, the crowd completely lost interest in it. It's just, I don't know. Like, yes, you're allowed to go there and chant just about whatever you want. Yeah, you paid your hard-earned money for those tickets, so you should be able to say and do whatever.
Those guys were busting their ass, man.
Yeah, these guys went out there, they bust their ass.
It's like a 45-minute match they had.
And here's the thing. People have been complaining for so many years, for the past 2, maybe 3 years, that, God, I'm sick of seeing Roman in the main event. God, I'm sick of seeing Roman win all the time. God, I want Dolph to get a push. God, I want Rollins to be the guy again. Here it was. This was your opportunity to shine. Roman lost. Hey, tonight's going to be a great night. Oh my God, they're giving Ziggler and Rollins the main event of the pay-per-view. That's awesome.
It's, I hate to say this, but this is what wrestling has come to with the fans and stuff. And it's like, I don't know how long this is going to last, but the time I'm not bashing on everyone. I'm not, but this is like you said, hey, we bought a ticket, we can do what we want. This is kind of like the age of entitlement and stuff. Like, I get it. I really do. But I feel like in my head, there's rules when it comes to being in the crowd.
It's not necessarily
not rules, but it's like unspoken rules. You know what I mean? Or like
it's a maturity thing.
That's maybe what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Where else in the world can you go and do chants like that aside from
we've seen some stupid people doing in the crowd alongside us say stupid stuff like, hey, we're tired of the cruiserweights, but hey, there's a guy serving beer, I'm going to chant for that guy down there. Hey, I want a pretzel, go get me a pretzel. Let's chant that. It's just
disrespectful.
It's like, look, I get it, man. Hey, if you don't like this match, play on your phone or go to the bathroom, go get something to eat. I mean, you don't have to get the whole crowd to chant stupid stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean, we've had this conversation so many times.
Over and over.
And it really started when we went to Raw, the 20th anniversary thing in Houston. Almost went to jail.
Almost beat
almost got into a fight and went to jail. But yeah, I mean, this was the opportunity for the crowd to really show their support for Ziggler and Rollins. And rather than doing that, they'd prefer to count down from 10, and think that they're awesome for doing it. And like I said, at first I thought it was cute, but once they started doing it just whenever they felt like it, it just became too much. Eventually all chants die and, people start focusing on the match again. But I felt like it was a little too late by the time that it finally happened. And they kind of, Rollins and Ziggler, I will give them credit for this. They started doing near falls during that 10-second stretch.
Yes.
So the crowd would stop chanting. It's like 1, 2, oh, he kicked out. So they at least, said, all right, we're gonna find a way to get some
smart.
Of these folks out
that was very smart.
But yeah, I mean it completely sucked the mood out for me at least. And like we said, these guys went out there, they busted their ass for 30 minutes, and the crowd was more concerned about chanting back from 10. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting older and cranky, but it's just disrespectful to me. I don't like it. And I told you this, but I don't really want to go to a WWE live event anymore, just so I don't have to deal with the crowds. And, Thomas, I see your comment about where was the extreme, that goes back to, we're living in a PG to PG-13 world where
and also like
you're kind of limited to what you can do.
The pay-per-view name,
the pay-per-view name needs to change.
Always reflect the pay-per-view.
They need to get rid of Extreme Rules. I think they're either moving or they're changing TLC, so that it'll just be a special match when it's needed, which I think that kind of change has been needed for a long time. Same with Extreme Rules. I feel like it needs to be a special match, not just a scheduled match where you say, oh, hey, next week we've got this. No, there needs to be a reason for this match, not just because, oh, well, that's what the pay-per-view name is. Money in the Bank, understandable. You have it once a year. You have it once a year. It's a special thing. Survivor Series, it's a special event. Only happens once a year. I'm okay with that. But you can have an Extreme Rules match whenever you want. You can have a TLC match whenever you want. You don't have to have it just to have it. But it needs to add emphasis to the match. I feel like that's one of the things that the WWE's been lacking recently. Like I thought the idea of doing an Iron Man match was great.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. We haven't seen one in a while.
Super impressive that they were the main event.
Yeah. So, it's cool. And Ramon, yeah, I mean, if it's your first time going to a WWE event, I'm sure you'll have a really good time.
Yeah,
Miami's a pretty good crowd. So hopefully you get a decent crowd and you don't have to sit next to some jackass and who's chanting, bring me nachos and, just chant to stuff pertaining to what's happening in the ring. Cheer, boo, this is awesome, you suck, whatever it is. Don't chant just random things just to chant. Don't be a troll. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's stupid. I'm sorry. It's stupid. If we need to make YouTube videos that say, hey, this is wrestling etiquette, then that's what we'll do. I mean, we can do that. Make sure to shower before you go to a wrestling event. If you spill some beer, apologize to the person. Hey, my bad. Let me get you a drink or something. Just show some class. Like we said, some etiquette.
We've been around.
We've beat this horse dead so many times. I feel like we have to talk about it once or twice a year for the past 5 years of doing this show.
Usually when we see crowds on TV or if we are a part of a crowd, because to be honest with you, there's a lot of independent shows that we've been to. We've never had that problem. But I bet there's certain crowds in certain places that's transferred over to.
Yes.
But
yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on the crowd that you get.
Because we've been to an indie show, an Evolve show that was before Royal Rumble, where there was this guy saying stupid stuff. There's this one guy in the crowd saying stupid stuff, and everyone around him shut him down. Yeah, which actually was pretty great. Even the wrestlers shut him down too.
That was pretty. That
was awesome.
That was great. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's an etiquette thing. Yeah. Feel free to clap. Feel free to cheer. Feel free to woo. Feel free to do all those other things. But once you start chanting just stupid stuff, that has nothing to do with what's going on, that'd be like walking into the Avengers movie, going to see the Avengers movie, and I don't know, that's handing the sequel, whatever it's called. I only say that because I saw a commercial for the Mamma Mia movie. People are looking at you like, dude, we're watching Avengers. You were in the wrong theater. It doesn't make sense. Like, if you're going to chant stupid stuff, go somewhere else. Or go to the snack bar, go to the restroom, play on your phone, do whatever you got to do. I don't
Yeah. We should move on. We should move on.
Live action Mulan?
Yeah, Mulan.
Yeah.
Live action Mulan.
Shame on you. Shame on your cow. Your family. So yeah, Bobby Lashley ends up defeating Roman Reigns. It was a fine match. I mean, they were hard. It was hard hitting.
Yeah.
And it was enjoyable. So,
is that weird to say about a Bobby Lashley match for you?
No, I'm not fully coming around on him yet.
Slightly,
but there's a glimmer of light. I'll tell you that.
That's what I was hoping for you.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't want him to come out all smiles. I like the intensity part from him. I would prefer that. I'd prefer to see him pissed off. Pissed off. So pissed off. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't have any big issues with the match. I'm glad that, you know, it was an enjoyable match. There wasn't anything terrible about it. So after that, we got to see the Raw Women's Championship match, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax in an Extreme Rules match. This one went about the way I expected it as well. Ronda Rousey got herself involved in the match and attacked Mickie James, and Alexa Bliss ends up getting the victory, defeating Nia Jax. Anything to really take away from it?
One bully defeated another bully.
Yes. Yeah. And Adam asking, would you rather have Sting back in WWE or Hogan? And he would rather see Sting. I mean, obviously, I'm more of a Sting fan. I don't know if I can say obviously. I don't know how many times I've made that decision on this show. But I'd probably go with Sting, even though he's fully retired and suffered an injury and all that. But, you know, I mean, technically, in a way, he's still with the WWE. It's just he's not making appearances or
company. So I liked, you know, TNA for a while.
Yeah. Cool. I guess we'll talk about questions while we're getting them. Thomas is asking, will Brock be on both UFC and WWE, or will he leave the WWE for good?
We don't know. I don't know.
I think that his contract expires. I think he has like one appearance date left, which is why he wasn't on Raw. And I think it's for SmackDown, SummerSlam.
For
He's going to show up on SmackDown and take that championship as well. No, I think he's pretty much done with the WWE once he finishes SummerSlam, and he'll go over to UFC, put his focus on that. And maybe one day down the road we'll see him return. But other than that, I think he's getting up there in age. He's mid to late 30s, early 40s.
I don't know. We will look, or I'll look that up.
Yeah, you look that up, because I don't think he's going to have too many more runs in WWE. Maybe one, maybe two, but you know,
maybe seven
more. We'll see. But I don't think he's going to be in both. I just don't think that one's going to be in the cards as much as they'd like it, because I think that I don't think that Vince would want
41.
He's 41. Okay, so yeah, he's going to be done. So
I bet he's so rich.
Only if Brock was like guaranteed a victory at UFC and nothing is guaranteed. I think that I lost my train of thought. I feel like Vince is going to take the title and keep it on a WWE guy, and he's going to go to UFC. So let's going up against Rusev for the WWE Championship, and Aiden English actually costing Rusev the match. I thought this was a good showing for Rusev. I'm glad he got a bit of a shine. The story that they told with Rusev's leg, I thought that was great. Really well done. Rusev did a great job of selling it. Tried to put AJ in the accolade and couldn't do it because of the pain. And, you know, he still tried to tough it out, but it just wasn't. It's just not the same whenever you don't have both legs for that kind of power. But AJ Styles ends up getting the victory. One of the things that I did kind of have an issue with is that AJ Styles took a really long time to deliver that forearm at the end. Yeah. Like I was expecting Aiden to try and grab him off
or something.
Yeah, just something. Rusev would have caught him and countered it or something. I was really surprised that, you know, he got to stand on the ring, on the apron for so long. And
like something seems off.
Yeah, nope. Like the timing was off a little bit. But other than that, I thought it was a great showing for Rusev, a good showing for AJ Styles. And, you know,
a not so very good Rusev day.
Not the best Rusev day we've had. But who knows? Maybe down the line he'll get another championship opportunity. I feel kind of sad that I feel like it's a one and done kind of thing. Because on SmackDown, Paige said that she's gonna announce next week who the next opponent for AJ Styles will be. So I guess we can talk about that a little bit. We'll skip ahead.
Let's fast forward. We think give the matchup that we want in WWE. Finally, let them fight each other.
Who do you think is going to be facing AJ Styles?
Not that person.
No,
Samoa Joe.
But
Samoa Joe.
Senior Joe.
Yeah.
You think they're going to be going that way?
Yeah, because I think with Daniel Bryan.
You think we're getting Miz and Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam? You think they're kicking it off early? You're not going to hold off till WrestleMania?
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think?
Yes. I think
Sue
Miz and Daniel Bryan
for SummerSlam
Fest.
Summerfest. Yes. Gotta love that. Let's see. Yeah. So you think it's going to be AJ Styles and Samoa Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Cool deal.
Senor Joe.
The numbers don't lie. Spells disaster for you. Let's see. So the main event, Dolph Ziggler going up against Seth Rollins. 30 men.
They did a good job, but like I said, the whole crowd doing all that stuff kind of took me out. And maybe that was my fault trying to zoom. At first we were we were laughing. We thought it was funny. Then they took it in their own hands after the whole clock situation. That I think it was part my fault. Not them chanting that, but because I was zoned in on that.
Yeah.
I should have tried to ignore it too, but I did not.
Well, like I said, the first few minutes it was cute, and then once they started rebelling or whatever, it became kind of a nuisance. And like I said, I felt like it would have died out eventually, and people would.
Did you see that video with them saying that to each other? They're
oh yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if you listen closely enough, they're like, God, it's even worse now that they took the clock away. So you could tell that they were frustrated by it. I liked the start of the match. Rollins getting 3 wins right off the bat. Yeah. One coming from disqualification after Drew McIntyre interfered. I thought that was great. That was a great way for Rollins to pick up a win, and it was a great way for Ziggler to start getting the comeback. And which he did. He ended up tying it and then taking the lead, and then Rollins somehow managed to get a win later on. And we almost got to see the situation that I was talking about last week, where Drew McIntyre would have cost Rollins the win via disqualification. I thought he would have come out and hit Dolph Ziggler to give Ziggler the DQ win, but this time he caused a distraction. So maybe next time we'll get to see it. Who knows? Michael commenting that he wants to see Drew and Dolph Ziggler break up, that they don't really need each other. And in a way, on Raw this week, they kind of did that because they weren't seen together. They had separate segments, separate moments. So
they could not break up and still do separate things.
Yeah. No one does that. But anyways, the matchup, I thought it was well done. The guys put in a lot of work despite the crowd. Ziggler gets the win in overtime, 5-4, to retain the Intercontinental title. So that was pretty much it for Extreme Rules. Like I said, it was some of the matches were okay. Some of them were pretty good. But we'll be on the fast track to SummerSlam now. So
and Summerfest,
yes. But this is one thing that, I put in Raw, but I could have put in the Extreme Rules. There was a backstage segment with Kurt Angle who basically said, I'm tired of Brock Lesnar not being here. If he wants to negotiate a deal, he can negotiate a deal. Other than that, if he doesn't show up on Raw and tell us when he's fighting next, then I'm stripping him of the title. And the crowd went nuts for that.
Crazy.
They went crazy for it. So this week, Kurt Angle came out and said, hey, I haven't heard anything, so I'm going to be stripping him of the title. Paul Heyman comes running out. Well, he walks out first, but then he quickly runs to the ring and basically says that Brock will be fighting at SummerSlam. And so Kurt Angle is interrupted by 6 people. I'm not even going to name them all because they were all involved later in the triple threat matches.
Name them.
No. So Kurt Angle says there's going to be 2 triple threat matches. The winner of those 2 matches will go on to face each other next week.
Elias, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, what's his name? Finn Balor,
Prince Devitt.
People know him. Did I say Seth Rollins?
You have now.
And oh man, there's one more. Elias.
You already said that.
Damn it.
That was your first one.
I can't remember.
Drew McIntyre. Come on.
Drew McIntyre, that guy.
He's the chosen one.
He's not the chosen one anymore.
But yeah, so the first triple threat match saw Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre got a lot of shine. Actually, all three guys got a really good shine in this matchup. But to the surprise of probably not very many people, Roman Reigns ends up getting the victory. I was kind of thinking they'd go Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, because I feel like that would have been a good.
I feel like I know where they're going, and it's gonna finally complete the prophecy.
Where are we going, Tyler?
That's been going.
Where are we going, Tyler?
For like 3 or 4 years.
Where are we going?
Roman Reigns is gonna beat Brock Lesnar. That's what's gonna happen. The prophecy is going to be complete. It's gonna happen. It should have been done a year ago, or a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago.
Many moons.
Just
ago.
let's go and do it and get over, like, and let Roman have his reign.
Now you get it.
Yeah. And then he can
say
lose
that Roman reigns supreme.
Yes. Let him just have his run with the title, because I've been waiting for that for a long time. Let him have the belt. Let's have what he's doing. Have the run with it. Let him beat a few guys, and I'm ready for him to drop it. I'm already ready. I'm ready.
Or you could have him finally beat him, get that moment that he's always wanted,
and
Braun comes in and cashes in, saying, "I'm not finished with you yet."
Yeah, that's true. Yep, you're right, Michael. Yep.
So, yeah, well, I feel like that's gonna. I feel like Braun's cashing in at SummerSlam.
People will go nuts.
People know him. People are gonna get hands. Good stuff. So after that, we got to see a Dolph Ziggler promo, who was interrupted by Robert Roode. And then a match ensued because Roode challenged him to a match. And he said, "Yeah, that's fine. Great. Let's have a match." And the referee explained to JoJo that it was for the championship.
JoJo.
And Dolph Ziggler said, "Well, no, it isn't. I didn't say anything about a championship match." And so apparently he has supreme power, and it was not a championship match, but Dolph got the win anyway. So what does it matter in the end?
I like it when like Dolph like called Bobby like a kid and stuff. Like, Roode's older than you, Dolph.
He's still a rookie. He's a rookie, damn it. So Dolph got the win, and then backstage, Bobby Roode was confronted by Mojo Rawley, who said,
"That's the next feud.
I thought you were supposed to be glorious." So, what are your thoughts on how Mr. Roode is being portrayed as of late?
That's his spot.
I know you don't. Oh yeah, that's the spot he deserves. I'm glad he got sent over to Raw so he could be treated like trash. That's kind of what you're saying.
I was never a big Bobby Roode fan.
No.
Yep.
Really?
Glorious.
That is shocking to me.
Hey, can I wear your ring?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can wear my ring. He likes the ring. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because, you like that? That, don't you?
Yeah.
Check out that ring. That's a nice ring. Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to feel bad for Bobby Roode, but on the other end, it's like, well, you're kind of past your prime, and we're probably going to have you showcase and put shine on some of the younger talent. It still sucks
that, what was the U.S. title?
Yeah.
That he had, he didn't have it for long.
No.
I wish it would have had a longer run.
Yeah. But, what can you do?
So they could have given him the title longer.
No.
Yeah. No.
They couldn't have done that. They had other plans. They had a backstage segment where Bayley was talking to Kurt Angle, and basically said, "Hey, I know you guys have been going to therapy for the past 2 weeks, but instead of doing all that, I like to see people settle it in the ring. Because I don't want you two to fight unless it's together."
Yeah, if you don't get your shit together, one of you is going to be shipped off to the Smackdown.
The Down Smack is where they're planning on sending the Bayley or a bank of Sasha. And I'm perfectly fine with that.
Bank of Sasha.
Is it federal or
Are you Woken?
Woken! Bank of Sasha or Lee of Bay? I don't know. So anyway, so he puts them in a tag match, players.
Monkeys.
Going up against Dana Brooke and a returning Alicia Fox. Good to see her return.
Alicia Fox. Oh, he's doing longer than me. Oh, sorry. Going back, Michael was saying that he likes Bobby, but he deserves better.
Bobby. So yeah, Alicia Fox, she's been gone for a while, so that's been building up for quite some time. The match ends in a disqualification, and Sasha walked off, and Bayley wanted some answers, and Sasha apparently loves Bayley, but she couldn't say that after all this time.
I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Love you, man.
Get a room.
Bayley's loved. Sasha loves the fact that Bayley loves. So,
What?
I don't know.
I was like, I don't know where you're going. What are you doing?
It was like 10 things I hate about you, and I hate the way that blah blah blah. But this one was, I love the way. Yeah, they've seen the ring. They know. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, they know. If you're listening on iTunes, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Watch the stream.
So I'd highly recommend you check out the stream.
Yeah, so you can see Daniel's ring that I have on.
He's wearing the championship ring.
I'm champ.
Hey, you're a World Series champion now.
Yes, yeah.
Congratulations. Good job. So let's see. We got to see the B team going up against Ascension. Quick matchup. B team gets the win. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt want a rematch next week, and they're going to get it. So there's something to look forward to. We got to see the Alexa Bliss and Mickie James segment come out and talk trash. Ronda Rousey comes out and
every time.
Yeah, I know. I can't say the A word, the A name. Around my, what is that thing? Echo
Alexa.
Dot.
Your Alexa.
Yeah, that.
Say Alexa because she talks to us.
It's not good. It's not good for anybody.
Sorry, don't understand what you're
doesn't
saying.
know what I'm saying unless I ask an actual question.
Shut the fuck up, Alexa. I'm not talking to you.
But Ronda Rousey came down from the stairs and attacked Bliss and Mickie James. And Kurt Angle says, well, hey, you're not supposed to be here. And Baron Corbin comes out and is like, oh, well, you need to do more than that. You need to suspend her. And Kurt Angle says, okay, well, I'm going to suspend you for a week.
So, what is Baron Corbin's what can he do? Because
he is Stephanie McMahon's personally appointed constable of Monday Night Raw.
I get that, but
if you screw it up, he'll call you out on it.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any. It doesn't seem like he has any power. Hey, I'm going to put you in this match. It's like Kurt Angle will.
He's keeping Kurt in line.
Well, he just criticizes him. He doesn't make any decisions.
Yes, that is correct.
I feel like he should criticize Kurt, but also make decisions too.
He's the constable.
What are you going to riding around in a vehicle and make sure kids get in schools?
It's going to be a horse.
Okay,
he's a constable or a fancy car.
Maybe you should be in school now, kid.
Maybe a fancy car. So anyway, Kurt Angle says, "All right, well, I'll cut you a deal, Ronda. If you can, if you can,
so you can listen to SZA.
I'm going to suspend you for one more week, and if you stay suspended, you'll get a title opportunity at SummerSlam." Wow. Never have I heard of someone getting rewarded for doing something that got them suspended. Hey, kid, I know you're in 8th grade and you started a fight, but if you go to OCS or if you stay in detention, we're going to give you straight A's for the rest of the year.
Yay!
You don't have to do anything after that. That's all you get as a reward for being bad.
Hell yeah.
It's like that Dr. Phil lady.
Oh, God.
The Cash Me Girl.
What?
She gets rewarded for bad behavior.
She's outside.
She's got a record deal.
God.
She's making much more money than I'll ever make in my life, and it's ridiculous.
Sad.
Anywho, Authors of Pain defeat Titus Worldwide. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the WNS Podcast. We've been doing this show since 2010. Imagine that. Coming up on 8 years. December of 2010 is when we started doing this show.
Damn.
Jesus.
I was in my early 20s.
I was still in my 20s. How about that? Authors of Pain end up defeating Titus Worldwide.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be the screenshot for this week. Both of our hands up like that. All right. So we got to see Ember Moon going up against Sarah Logan. our favorite Southern Belle of WWE.
How many times have you been down to the creek with Paul?
Too many to count. I found it interesting that they were driving in this Viking gimmick. Like, I get it. She likes to dress up in that attire with her fiance, Raymond Rowe. Micro.
I like that.
Micro or Mike Rowe? Which is?
Hey, that's a good wrestling name, Mike Rowe. Is that Micro?
Last name Penis. Mike Rowe Penis.
Micro penis.
We're not even drinking this week. That's the weird. Okay. That's gonna be John Dynamite's enemy. Mike Rowe Penis.
Everybody, join the Pen 15 Club. Oh.
So every time you get a new member,
yep,
you could say your group has extended.
Yes. We go on and on and on and on.
All night long. All night. All night. All night long. I thought you were going to do one of them.
No,
okay.
I'm not.
That's
I'm just
listening.
I'm just
Leave
listening
me
to
doing
you.
both of them. That's
I'm just
fine.
listening to you, and
All
I'm
right.
just going to dance.
Cool. So Sarah Logan ends up defeating Ember Moon. Any thoughts on that matchup? Sad to see Ember get the loss.
Yeah. Maybe one of these times Paul will get in the match and help. I don't know.
Come up from the creek.
Yep.
I'm going down the creek and see Paul. That takes us into the main event. Bobby Lashley going up against Elias and Seth Rollins. The winner goes on to face Roman next week, who goes on to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Did you say Bobby's going to face Roman and then Roman's going to face
I mean,
Lesnar?
Let's call it what it's going to be. Unless they go triple threat, this is where we're headed.
Bobby's not beaten Roman twice.
You don't think so?
No. If he does, that would be a good surprise, though.
Yeah, that would be a pleasant surprise.
Because Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar.
Wait, are you saying that Bobby won this triple threat match? What are you trying to say?
Whoops.
Are you giving it away?
Yes.
You son of a bitch.
Yes. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar would be a fresh matchup.
Yeah. You know what would be even fresher? To end this god-awful feud between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That would be fresh. So fresh and so clean.
Gotta be fresh.
You gotta be fresh. So Bobby Lashley ends up getting the victory on the triple threat match. So it's Bobby versus Roman next week. And I agree with you, Michael. Elias is underrated. Here's a question for our listeners. And this is legit. This is actually happening. Elias is getting an album. Are you going to buy it? I won't, because he's a terrible singer. And he's not the best at playing guitar either. I can't speak for myself because I can't play guitar, but I'll come out and admit it. I can't play guitar. But I would like to think I'm a much better singer than Elias. This dude can rock some Modest Mouse, Franz Ferdinand, give him some Michael. Boom Boom Pow, rock the shit out of Fergie's part.
That one part.
He did it.
Yep, I did it.
There's video of it somewhere.
It's floating through the internet.
Yes. So are you going to be picking up Elias's newest album?
No.
Interest.
Okay. To people out there, would you pick up Elias's album or Enzo's album?
Oh, God. Why would you do that?
Real one, by the way.
So the choices that you have are download Enzo/Real One or download Elias. I'm taking Elias. I'm sorry. Although I haven't heard any of Elias's tracks yet. So I don't know. Maybe it's so awful that I would go the Enzo route. I don't know.
Yeah, chime in and let us know.
Let us know in the comments
which one you want.
Which song, if you had to, would you download Enzo's music or Elias's? Let us know in the comments. That'd be great. Going over to SmackDown, Jeff Hardy kicks off the show saying he feels broken. And what do you think about his face paint? I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the eyes, because whenever it's from a
he's
distance,
done
it's
that
like,
from
wow.
time to time
Yeah,
throughout
he
his
has.
career. So,
but this particular week, it looked really good. I saw that. So that takes us into the opening matchup: AJ Styles versus Andrade Cien Almas, and I'm really glad that we got to see this matchup because
that's super fresh.
Yes, Tyler loves first-time matches.
SmackDown's been killing it with that.
Yeah, they have.
Like I said, not first ever, but
First in WWE.
But there has been some first evers, so that's pretty good. Like with the whole Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke, to my knowledge, that was first ever. I don't think they fought each other on the independents at all.
Yeah. So for this match to happen, one, it gives shine to Andrade, starts making him a bigger star. And he got a good shine on it too. There was an opportunity, a couple near falls, and he was looking good. So I think in the next year or two, Andrade, I think they're going to try and make him a big player.
God.
Like I know that
I feel like he should be the next winner of the Money in the Bank,
or even the Royal Rumble.
That true? Yeah, that's true.
I feel. I mean that might be a little soon. Maybe in 2 years' time, have him get the win. But I know that since Rey Mysterio left, they tried to make Alberto Del Rio and Sin Cara, the big Hispanic stars. But
you could just type CN.
Yeah, or Almas, ALMAS. But I mean, if you go back and watch his matches from NXT TakeOver, like he has put on some stellar matches. So I feel like, and he's young. He's still fairly young. So I think in the next year or two, he's going to be
his agent.
I think he's going to be a serious player. So this is going to be a guy to look out for. Another guy to look out for who reported to the training center, the WWE Performance Center, Keith Lee. If you've listened to the show over the past year and a half, you've heard us mention that name. That guy.
He's 28. CN is.
Oh
28.
my God! Yeah, he's going to be a name for years to come as long as he's not injured or anything like that, or doesn't want to go somewhere else. But yeah, Keith Lee's going to be a huge name. That's going to be a guy to watch in NXT. It's all going to depend on how he picks up the WWE style of wrestling, which I know he's probably more than capable of doing. So should be a good name to watch. But Andrade, I think that's going to be one of their next big superstars. But AJ Styles ends up getting the victory. But again, it was a good shine for Andrade. After that, we got to see a backstage segment with Aiden English. He walked up and apologized to Lana, saying that, I hope that Rusev can find it in his heart. Please forgive me. Everyone deserves a second chance. But Lana said Rusev just needs a space right now, but we'll take it into consideration. So obviously they're kind of teasing dissension, breakup possible.
I really feel like if they break him up, and even if they have a feud, like Aiden is like not gonna have too much to do.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't really done much aside from being
the singer, rapper, or whatever you call it. Whatever you call him.
Rusev
for Rusev and Lana
posse. And I feel like if they were to split them up, Rusev might even take a small hit because Aiden has brought on the whole Rusev Day, kind of stuff. And that's gotten over with the crowd. So I feel like it would kind of hurt a little bit for Rusev.
It will hinder Rusev.
For whatever reason, I was expecting you to say hinder gender.
I was thinking
that. I know, because we think too much alike. And so if I'm thinking it, more than likely you're thinking it. So we'll see what happens. After that, we got to see Becky Lynch going up against Mandy Rose. Becky Lynch ends up getting the victory. Good for her. And after the match, she thanked the crowd for all of their support, says she's been on kind of a roll lately, and she'd like an opportunity to go up against Carmella.
That'd be good.
She's straight fire.
Yep. It's a good time to bring her back into the main picture.
Yes. And so
finally.
So we've been talking about this for the past few weeks about how we want this to be Becky's year, maybe have her get back on top. And I feel like maybe they're starting to get the ball rolling on that. Backstage, Paige was watching it and Carmella came up and interrupted. And Paige basically said next week on SmackDown, Becky Lynch versus Carmella. If Becky wins, she gets a title opportunity at SummerSlam. So it might be happening sooner than we think. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
After that, we got to see Samoa Joe going up against Ty Dillinger. This was a short match. Ty got a lot of offense in. He started the match aggressive, and
did you know that Samoa Joe is 39?
Somewhere I felt like I knew that before.
I feel like
I knew he was like in the older.
He needs a title run before he is ready to go.
Yeah. So you think it's going to be Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam for the championship? Who goes over?
Joe. Joe takes the title off of AJ.
You're wrong, and you know it.
You say a Summerfest? Summerfest?
Yeah.
Maybe not then.
What about SummerSlam?
SummerSlam, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Samoa Joe ends up defeating.
Just give us like a fatal 4-way. This is what we want. What we want.
Well,
AJ,
this is we you're talking
Samoa,
about here.
Us. AJ, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke, and Daniel Bryan.
You don't speak for me all the time.
All the time.
I want one-on-one matches.
Playa.
Because if you have a fatal 4-way, all it's going to end up being is 2 guys laying down on the outside, 2 guys fighting in the ring. One gets thrown out, another guy comes in.
I feel like it's going to be like kind of like a tag match. It's going to be like
Holla
2
players.
Brothers
Running as fast as they can.
Versus the 2 brothers.
The meteor strikes.
Just 2 brothers?
It's just called 2 brothers. So we got to see a Miz eulogy. Samoa Joe ends up getting the victory. Miz gave a eulogy for Team Hell No, and it was broken up by Daniel Bryan. I thought it was a great promo from the Miz. I love how he turned it into obviously everything about him. He was like, now I know that you guys are expecting me to come out and talk about Miz and Mrs., which debuts in 2 weeks' time, and I know you are probably anticipating me gloating about the fact that I was the MVP of the Celebrity All-Star Game, but I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk about Team Hell No. Like, it's just he's so good on the mic. He's so solid, and he's such a great heel. He's one of the true great heels in the WWE roster going today. But he was interrupted by Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan attacked Miz from behind and then took out his pallbearers.
How many pallbearers do they have?
They had 3.
Okay. They all look the same?
No.
Okay.
Where are you going with this?
They're all pallbearers.
Not pallbearer. Like WWE Hall of Famer, pallbearer.
That's where I was going with it.
But they were pallbearers.
Yeah, they're all pallbearers. Okay.
Eric Young goes up against Kofi Kingston. Did you happen to see the backstage segment prior to that? If I still have it on the DVR, I got to show you. They referenced Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The New Day did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, they were talking about, they might have gotten the win on the kickoff show.
I'm the trash man.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, birds of prey.
Because that was like a wrestling episode.
Yeah.
So it was one of those
like,
things.
man, I'm about to take them out, and you're going to take out the trash. Yeah, I'm the trash man. Yeah, we're birds of prey up in here. So, yeah. So Eric Young ends up defeating Kofi Kingston. Anything to take away from the matchup?
Nope.
All right. Main event, we got to see Jeff Hardy going up against Shinsuke Nakamura. The match ends in a disqualification after Randy Orton violently attacks Jeff Hardy and goes after his ear.
Gauged ear. I think that was the thing that got my attention. He got in there and he pulled it, and I was like, I was super focused, and I was like, whoa, he's gonna like pull his ear and break it. But when it got like to the end, I think that he only went so far and he stopped, but still
played it safe a little bit.
Yeah, in my head, I bet Jeff and Randy talked about it backstage. They're like, okay, yeah, pull my ear. People are gonna freak out.
Pull my ear.
Oh,
hold my poodle.
God, that's still pretty brutal.
Yeah. And sometimes I like Orton talking smack. Sometimes I don't. This was a hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there were some of the things that he was doing, and I'm like, what are you doing? Then others, I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's just the way that he
didn't talk, though.
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
He was just like, ask me why I did it, Jeff.
Oh,
all you have to do is ask me. Like, part of me liked it and part of me didn't. I was like,
were you like, Jeff, just ask him why he did it?
Just ask the guy.
Ask him. Yeah, just ask him. I know you're in pain, but just ask him. Maybe he'll stop.
Yeah, weird. I mean, if you're nice enough, hey, could you please knock that off? I'm quite a bit of pain. Oh, yeah, man, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Really? Yeah, let's go get a beer, man. Oh, wow, you are a pretty good actor. Yeah, I'm going for the Oscar this year. Can you do a thingy on that rail?
Let him do all the wide shots while I get blazed in my Winnie.
It's called a grind, bro. Can you do a grindy thingy? There are more than 200 steps in the rails of garbage.
You can guilt me into
well, I mean, hey, if you can't do it, you really think you can goad me into a trick like that? There are girls watching. Someone hand me my board. So that pretty much does it for Raw and SmackDown and Extreme Rules. What were your thoughts on the Randy Orton heel turn?
When he did that in the pay-per-view, I was like, oh man, instead of doing an RKO, he just like stomped on his nuts. But that kind of like
step on that.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then when he was pulling the cage deer, that got my attention too. So hey, he's got my attention so far.
Yeah. He's doing a good job as a heel.
Yep.
So keep it up. That takes us into hot topics. For those of you who might have missed it, Ronda Rousey's husband, Travis Brown, released a statement saying that he might actually be interested in a WWE. To
be honest with you, they would most likely be interested in training him. Like, I know that they have the other 2 members of the 4 horsewomen that were of MMA that was with Ronda. So altogether, they have all 4 now. And once they get them to a certain point, you know that they're going to try to do the 4 horsewomen of the MMA versus, in the WWE. Yeah. So I think they're going to head that direction. So
yeah, I mean, get legitimate fighters, and you know,
and now if they're going to get Travis, because I remember we watched him in UFC before a fight. You probably don't remember, but I remember him fighting. I think he lost, but
cares.
They can make a good career, and
yeah, I mean, if he's willing to put in the effort similar to how Ronda Rousey done, because let's be honest, Ronda Rousey's killing it. I mean, you look at some of the female wrestlers of years past compared to Ronda Rousey's in-ring debut. She took it serious, and she's freaking killing it. I will watch her matches any day over some of the past female competitors that they have had.
Yeah.
So if he's willing to put in the effort similar to how she did, I'm sure he'll do just fine. And they'll probably treat him like a big deal as well.
Yeah.
Keeping it in WWE news, NXT War Games. We got to go to that. What was it, last year?
Yep.
Last November. It's going to be returning. So that's really cool. So I really enjoyed
recommend that match.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that match. I thought it was a cool concept, and obviously it's an older concept, but it's still great.
Throw that in WWE 2K19.
Maybe, you never know. We might get it, but we'll have to see. We're gonna go into a little bit of spoiler talk. So if you're
warning,
a little bit of warning. If
a little bit, that's a warning,
just a little bit. If you are following NXT and you do not want to be spoiled on what happens next week, you might want to mute us for a few seconds. I'll give the okay or something. But Tommaso Ciampa and Aleister Black, this is the spoiler. So again, this is your opportunity, giving you a last warning.
You could probably guess what happens.
I dropped names. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Aleister Black to become the new NXT champion. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Wow. That's huge. So does Aleister get called up from here?
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what's next. But we'll discuss that next week, obviously. So for those of you who muted us, you can come on back now. So going into the next bit of hot topic, familiar name has been reinstated into WWE Hall of Fame. Hulk Hogan is now brought back into the company. He didn't make an appearance at Extreme Rules. Some people thought that he might have, but he did not this time. So what were your thoughts when you heard the news?
I don't really care.
Yeah. Dude's in his 60s. Please don't let him wrestle. And
yeah,
let's just
knowing him, he still wants to wrestle.
Yeah. And there's supposedly rumors and stuff of some folks were happy to see him and some folks not so much, but until we get official confirmation, I'm not going to report on it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah,
it's whatever. You know, if they feel like he's apologized and done whatever needs to be done to make amends, then that's their decision. It's not mine. It is what it is. Final bit of news. Ring of Honor. I think this happened last week, but I don't think we covered it. Ring of Honor and New Japan have announced the G1 Supercard at Madison Square Garden, WWE's stomping grounds, Saturday, April 6th, 2019.
WWE is butthurt.
They might be a little bit upset. I know that for years they've tried to stop any other sports entertainment businesses from putting on shows there. You can't
wrestle in the same town as us.
Yeah, that's our building, damn it. But Madison Square Garden is going to be the place to be for a G1 Supercard. And if you happen to be going to WrestleMania weekend and you don't want to go to NXT TakeOver or maybe the Hall of Fame. No, it's going to be TakeOver because that's on Saturday night. So it's going to be Ring of Honor teaming up with New Japan to go up against NXT. I mean, pick your poison. I mean, either one. It's going to be a good show. Which one? If you had to choose right now to go to NXT TakeOver or the G1 Supercard, which would you do?
G1 Supercard.
Yeah.
Because
you didn't even hesitate at that.
Yeah, no, because man, if I would love to see wrestlers I haven't seen live before.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, that's an easy choice for me. But I've always been like that.
Yeah, that reminds me of the NWA show that we went to where we got to see Juice and Thunder Liger and all of the other stars there. I mean, that was really cool, and the fact that we got pictures with them.
When's the next time you think you could ever see Juice and Liger? Probably never. Yeah, that guy's been wrestling for years.
Yeah.
And you don't know how long he will wrestle for, and hell yeah, we'll go see him.
Hells yeah.
There's just like an hour and a half away from us.
Hells yeah.
Hell yeah.
Got my boy Tyler coming up next.
Hell yeah.
So I mean that's big news, and that's pretty exciting news. And I know that there was something that you wanted to share with the Facebook and YouTube live streamers,
yes, the people listening,
the people who can see this, the people who are listening won't get the full effect.
Take a picture of this and put it on our page so people know what I'm talking about.
All right.
For my birthday,
is it my ring?
Yes, it's
my
ring.
For my look at that
birthday, Doug got me a bunch of cards, wrestling cards, WWE wrestling cards. So I opened all of them, and one of the cards that I got is
Kofi Kingston card.
The Kofi Kingston card. So, hey, man, it's pretty good, but you need to check out this card. So I'm going to put up here for everyone to see.
Let me get that for you.
Yeah, look at that.
Whose face is that? Is that Kofi Kingston like it says at the bottom?
Yeah.
Nope, it is not.
It is Xavier Woods, and it says it's Kofi Kingston. So, and I don't think it's super rare because they printed it like that.
But it's still pretty cool.
It's still pretty cool to have
card.
That. Yeah. Heck yeah. So maybe later on down the line it will be worth something. So.
You can have both guys sign it.
That would be pretty cool.
So okay. So obviously we might not have the same viewers that we've had in years past watching or listening right now. So this is a misprint, whether it was intentional or not, however they want to word it. But you have an even more rare item in your collection.
Because I doubt there is another one like this.
This is really cool.
I got this in like 2006, 2007. So I have a figure. It is
good old TNA day.
Yes, TNA Wrestling, not Impact. TNA Wrestling. And it's a figure where the action figure is one wrestler. The banner on the front of the figure is a different wrestler. And on the back, it's a different wrestler. So
3 wrestler names or 3 wrestler personas all composed into one package.
The figure is Samoa Joe. The banner on the front is Raven. And on the back, it is R-Truth. Or at the time, he was going Ron, the Truth, or Killings. So, and at the time, I think it was 2009 during WrestleMania 25.
Where you got that shirt?
No.
Oh, it was a different.
Not this one. This is the one we went to.
Oh yeah, it is. I didn't even look at the year.
So 2009 when it was in Houston, there was only 2 ROH shows. There wasn't other shows. There was a convention that Booker T put on called Legends of Wrestling. And he had a lot of wrestlers there and stuff, and you could sign and buy stuff. So one of the wrestlers I got to sign was Samoa Joe was there. So I got him to sign my figure, and he was impressed by it. He just couldn't believe it and stuff. In my head, I was like, I was not going to give that figure to him, but because he was pretty impressed by it. And he signed it. When he signed it, he goes, Samoa Joe? He put a question mark at the end. So, hey, I have, who knows? I may bring that by next week and show it off.
There you go. That'd be pretty cool.
And I would like to get the other people to sign. I was close to getting Raven to sign one time because one of the places that we're going had Raven. He was going to be there, and then at the last minute or close to the last minute, he backed out. So I was like, damn it.
Maybe one day.
I'm hoping.
That'd be worth quite a bit of cash.
Hell yeah.
So that's pretty much it for Hot Topics. Anything in the world of gaming videos you want to talk about? How's your super card coming along?
Man, okay, so this is what I do.
You're struggling.
I have been struggling. So I kind of wait till last minute to do my cards. I have some coins, so I've been doing the 5X, so it's 500 coins. I will do it during my lunch and get all the cards. And then I say, okay, well, when I get back to work, I'm going to apply them. When I get to work, I get busy. And then like a few hours later, I'm like, shit, I forgot to apply the damn cards. It's happened 3 times. And it sucks.
When you do a blitz like that, you just got to do it right afterwards because otherwise you'll forget. Or, do like I do where it's like every 10 cards that you get or every 20 cards that you get, you just go ahead and put them in. So that way you don't forget.
I haven't been playing any video games, but there's 3 games I reserved and I got 2 paid off. I got Let's Go Eevee for the Switch. I got WWE. Yeah, 2K19. Got that paid off, and I am $20 away from paying off Kingdom Hearts 3.
All right.
And let's see what else.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good.
Ben, yes, we have heard about Champa. In fact, we talked about it just a few moments ago. So it's exciting times.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how the match goes because it doesn't air until next week.
For my birthday, my in-laws got me a $50 gift card to GameStop, so I applied that to my games. It helped me pay off WWE.
Hey.
And my grandparents-in-law, how you say that? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know how to say that. They gave me a $40 Visa card, so I bought some cards on Amazon. So this is technically a game, by the way.
Yeah, you've been buying video games. I've been buying these bad boys. Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
These are nice. These are the Skull Candy Crushers. And if you would like some awesome headphones,
those are really good. They're comfortable.
I would highly recommend them.
They're awesome.
Best purchase I've made in quite some time.
But I'm a card collector, and there's this card game that's in Japan. It's an arcade card game. If you like Dragon Ball Z, or not Dragon Ball Z, but just Dragon Ball. It's called Dragon Ball Heroes. And I got some of those cards and stuff. And so it's an arcade game. So you put your card like on this little platform, and you can put characters in the game, and they fight and stuff. It's really interesting, but they don't have it over here. But I bought some of those cards to collect.
Neat.
Yeah.
Cool deal. And also, we got to go do karaoke this past weekend. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. There was a lot more people than I thought.
It was packed.
We got a friend Noah to chug beer. No. That was fun. Yeah.
Lost him for a second.
Lost him. I was scared. Let's see. Yeah, when I sang "Float On" by Modest Mouse, there was these few people that stayed around just to watch it because after there's people who were in there, but the lady who said, hey, that was awesome and stuff. She was talking to Daryl and was like, hey, we were about to leave, but I like this song. I want to stay and listen to it. Yeah, cool. So it's like no one sings Modest Mouse. I was like, well, that's part of my repertoire.
Yeah. Timothy, what's up, man? Playing WWE Supercard. He loves to play it, and sometimes he forgets to upgrade his card. So you're not alone in the world. I've done it a time or two, I believe, as well.
I still don't think I'm going to be participating in Last Man Standing.
Woo!
I'm still ready for when they're going to do Last Woman Standing and get some boss women.
Yeah, you, honey.
Woo! Yeah, you.
Even that fat one.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? What's you, Nature Boy? Not that pissant Jay Lethal.
Did I hear somebody mention the 4 horsemen?
We it's like we want you all night long.
No one can be me, nobody can do me, and I'm cutting you off right there.
Desmond, I forgot what was that name. Chelsea, you know what Chelsea told me? I tried the old man, but the new men are much younger, faster, and they're 60 minutes in, baby.
Wow. You don't know what 60 minutes is. Yeah.
Sorry.
As far as Supercard, I'm working on my first Pro WrestleMania 34 card.
Nice.
Elias. So I feel like I have enough WrestleMania 34 cards that now I'm
I have one, but I'm still working. I have Shawn Michaels.
Nice. Well, I'm finally starting to work on mine. Take a while to get there. So it's good stuff. I got my Batista Last Man Standing card. I got my Braun Strowman Last Man Standing card. I don't know if I'll go for Flair.
Yeah, I don't want Flair.
I mean, it'd be nice to have, but we'll see.
They should do Last Woman Standing, and they should have a Ronda Rousey.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. Yeah. So we'll see. Anything else you got?
Nope. That's about it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us, man. We went almost an hour and a half this week. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in on Facebook or on YouTube. If you have any questions for us, feel free to leave a comment on our YouTube channel, WNS Video.
Remember,
which album?
Elias or Enzo /Real One.
God. And if there's a way for you to click notifications so you can find out when we're going to do the show again, we always do it, we try to do it every Wednesday night. But, sometimes schedule conflicts. We'll push it back to Thursday night or do it Tuesday, whenever. But, this way you get notified when we're going live and all that good stuff. And you can check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook. We're on WNS Podcast, so make sure you like our page. And you can subscribe to our show on iTunes. You're not going to get the full effect. But if you want to listen to us on iTunes, you can do so by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Player.fm, and Satchel. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
And you can also follow us on Twitter at WNS oh my God, I did it again. You can follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler at Tyler_Abear. And thank you, Timothy. He says you guys are really entertaining. Keep doing what you're doing. 376 episodes in. I think we're doing pretty good.
What was it?
Feeling good about it.
For Key and Pill. Yes, Timothy.
Yes.
Present.
Thank you. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. So for the podcast crew, I am Daniel Herron.
No, Tyler Abear.
We'll catch you all next week. Have a good one. As we say our farewells to all of the lovely folks out there.
One's down.
Yeah.
Going to the next one.
Well, once I hit, there we go.
Next one.
Yeah, we're good now.
Going
back over to Facebook. By YouTube.
By YouTube.
Not too many people are watching on YouTube. That's